Welcome to this brief presentation on the fourth edition of the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, referred to as the WIAT-4. Pearson will publish the WIAT-4 in the fall of 2020. We are excited to share with you some of the features of the newest edition of the WIAT. I am Dr. Anne-Marie Kimbell, the narrator for the presentation. The WIAT-4 is a revision of the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, third edition, which Pearson published in 2009. It consists of 20 subtests used to evaluate listening, speaking, reading, writing, and mathematics skills. Examiners can choose to administer a single subtest or any combination of subtests to assess achievement in one or more domains. The WIAT-4 includes components that can be used to screen, assess, intervene, and monitor the effectiveness of interventions. The WIAT-4 is an individually administered clinical instrument designed to measure the achievement of examinees ages 4 years through 50 years, including students in pre-kindergarten through grade 12 and beyond high school. It will be published in the fall of 2020. The subtest can be administered in paper and digital format. The WIAT-4 provides in-depth coverage across a wide range of achievement and language domains, making it suitable for use in educational, clinical, or research settings. It can be used to evaluate patterns of performance within and across achievement domains and to help professionals make decisions about eligibility, placement, and diagnosis. It provides information for planning, instruction, monitoring progress, evaluating response to intervention, and conducting research. The WIAT-4 offers paper administration and scoring and digital administration and scoring. Examiners can use paper administration and hand scoring using the materials in the WIAT-4 kit. Another option is digital administration, scoring, and reporting using Q Interactive, Pearson's iPad-based testing system for administration, scoring, and reporting. A third option is to use a combination of paper and digital methods. With this option, the examiner uses paper administration and then uses Q Global, Pearson's web-based scoring and reporting platform, for scoring and reporting. Scoring on Q Global and Q Interactive includes some features that are not available with hand scoring. For example, the pattern of strengths and weaknesses discrepancy analysis for learning disability evaluations, the teaching objectives and intervention statements associated with error analysis results, and the automated scoring of the essay composition subtest. The WIAT-4 contains significant revisions, including updated norms, new subtests and composites, revised subtests with new items and improved content coverage, updated artwork, and modifications to administration and scoring procedures to enhance the user-friendliness and clinical utility of the test. The content of the WIAT-4 has undergone extensive bias reviews and statistical analysis to ensure that all examinees can be assessed with confidence. This presentation looks at the new subtests and the new composite scores, including the Dyslexia Index scores. In addition, we describe the automated scoring of the essay composition subtest and show the simplified scoring of the sentence composition subtest. The WIAT-3 includes 16 subtests. The WIAT-4 includes 20 subtests. Not all subtests are administered at every grade level. Both versions of the instrument include subtests that assess language and reading. On both WIAT-3 and WIAT-4, the subtests listening comprehension and oral expression assess oral language. The WIAT-4 includes 2 new subtests, phonemic proficiency and orthographic choice, that assess language processing. The orthographic choice subtest is available on Q Interactive only. The reading subtests assess basic reading, reading comprehension, and reading fluency. The early reading skills subtest from the WIAT-3 was dropped for WIAT-4, and the WIAT-4 includes 2 new reading subtests, orthographic fluency and decoding fluency. Both WIAT-3 and WIAT-4 also assess math and writing. The math subtests are the same on the WIAT-3 and the WIAT-4. For writing, 1 new subtest was added for the WIAT-4, the sentence writing fluency subtest. Let's take a closer look at the 5 new subtests on the WIAT-4. Phonemic proficiency and orthographic choice provide important information to help differentiate subtype of reading and writing difficulties. For phonemic proficiency, examinees respond orally to items that require manipulation of the sounds within words. For orthographic choice, examinees are asked to view 3 choices of letter strings that sound alike and then touch the one that is spelled correctly. This subtest is only available on Q Interactive. Fluency is an important predictor of reading comprehension, and the WIAT-4 includes 3 new subtests that assess fluency. orthographic fluency, decoding fluency, and sentence writing fluency. For the orthographic fluency subtest, examinees read aloud a list of irregular words as quickly as possible during 2 trials that are timed. For decoding fluency, examinees read aloud a list of nonsense words as quickly as possible during 2 trials that are timed. For sentence writing fluency, each item includes a target word and a picture. Examinees write a complete sentence that uses the target word, completing as many items as possible within 5 minutes. Composite scores represent the examinee's performance in broader domains of academic functioning than those measured at the subtest level. They are derived after administering and scoring a minimum of 2 subtests. The WIAT-4 yields a total of 14 composite scores, 4 core composites, pictured here, and 10 supplemental composites. 8 of the 20 WIAT-4 subtests are grouped into the core academic composites: reading, written expression, mathematics, and total achievement. The core composites, each designed for grades K through 12+, provide measures of the most fundamental grade-appropriate skills in each domain area. The total achievement composite provides a measure of overall academic achievement in the areas of reading, writing, and math. In addition to the 4 core composites, the WIAT-4 includes 10 supplemental composites, pictured here. Supplemental composites measure additional constructs that are important for understanding an individual's academic strengths and weaknesses. In combination with the core academic composites, the supplemental composites provide a more complete picture of an examinee's learning profile. The supplemental composites are grouped into 4 categories: reading-related, academic fluency, language processing, and dyslexia screening. The reading-relating composites include basic reading and decoding. The composition of the basic reading composite has changed and includes 3 subtests: pseudo-word decoding, word reading, and the new subtest, phonemic proficiency. The academic fluency composites include 2 new composites, reading fluency and writing fluency, and retains the math fluency composite from the WIAT-III. The language processing composites include the composites oral language retained from WIAT-III and 3 new composites: phonological processing, orthographic processing, and orthographic processing extended. The latter composite is available on Q Interactive only because the orthographic choice subtest is only available on Q Interactive. Finally, the dyslexia screening composite includes the dyslexia index scores. 2 dyslexia index scores are provided for the WIAT-4, one for grades pre-K through 3 and another for grades 4 through 12+. These composite scores are obtained by administering 2 or 3 subtests respectively, as shown here. The dyslexia index scores provide theoretically sound, reliable, and clinically sensitive composite scores that can be used to identify risk for dyslexia. The WIAT-4 provides 2 options for scoring of the essay composition subtest. Examiners can use automated scoring on Q Global or Q Interactive, or they can use the record form and manual for hand scoring. The Intelligent Essay Assessor is used to score the essay automatically. The process begins with the examinee handwriting the essay. The examiner transcribes the essay verbatim and submits for scoring. The Intelligent Essay Assessor, IEA, scores the essay and returns the results. On the next screen, you can view a videotape demonstration of the automated scoring process. The auto score system for the essay composition begins with the examiner collecting the essay handwritten by the examinee. The examiner accesses the automated scoring program on Q Global or Q Interactive and selects Enter Essay. The examiner transcribes the essay verbatim and then clicks Submit Essay. The auto score system sends the essay, generates the score, and loads the results. Scoring for the WIAT-4 essay composition is based on the number of correct word sequences minus the number of incorrect word sequences. This is consistent with the grammar and mechanics supplemental score on the WIAT-III. In the example pictured here, the number of correct word sequences is 43, the number of incorrect word sequences is 11. The total raw score for the essay composition is 32, the difference between 43 and 11. The WIAT-4 essay composition subtest is a measure of grammar and syntax, written mechanics, and spontaneous expository writing with a brief time limit. Unlike essay composition on the WIAT-III, the essay composition test on the WIAT-4 is not designed to measure cohesion, creativity, text organization, and sense of audience. The sentence composition subtest includes sentence building and sentence combining. The scoring rules are simpler compared to the WIAT-III. Scoring for both sentence building and sentence combining considers semantics, grammar, and mechanics. Sentence building requires the examinee to write a complete sentence using a specific target word. The task includes 8 target words. The sentences are evaluated for content, semantics, and grammar, and for mechanics, capitalization, end punctuation, and internal punctuation. Each sentence is scored 1 or 0 for each of the 5 areas. Sentence combining requires the examinee to write one complete sentence by combining the ideas in 2 or 3 sentences. The complete sentence should include the essential information from the original sentences. The task includes 6 items. Each sentence is evaluated for content, which includes semantics and grammar, and extra credit. Each sentence is also evaluated for mechanics, which includes capitalization, end punctuation, and internal punctuation. Each sentence is scored 1 or 0 for each of the 6 areas. The WIAT-4 assessment provides information required for classification and diagnosis. Examiners can obtain measures of all 8 specific learning disability areas of identification specified in the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act of 2004, or IDEIA. In addition, the WIAT-4 provides measures of the areas of impairment specified by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, or DSM-5, published by the American Psychiatric Association in 2013. The WIAT-4 also provides information for most of the 10 key skill areas recommended by the International Dyslexia Association 2017 for a dyslexia evaluation. To allow for comparisons between ability and achievement, the WIAT-4 Technical Manual reports results of linking studies of the WIAT-4 and several measures of ability. Wechsler Preschool and Primary Scale of Intelligence, 4th edition, WIPSI-4, Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children, 5th edition, WISC-5, and Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children, 2nd edition, Normative Update, KABC-2, New. Examiners can use error analysis on the WIAT-4 to link assessment results to intervention. If you use hand scoring, you can use the available error analysis worksheets to record error analysis information for the subtests word reading, pseudo-word decoding, math problem solving, numerical operations, and spelling. In addition to these 5 subtests with error analysis worksheets, 5 subtests provide error analysis information in the record form: phonemic proficiency, oral discourse comprehension, reading comprehension, essay composition, and sentence composition. As an example, pictured here is the section from the record form that shows the types of errors for the essay composition subtest. If you use digital scoring on Q Global or Q Interactive, the system will report error analysis based on item responses. The system also provides intervention goal statements, which include annual goal and short-term objectives. The WIAT-4 allows examiners to analyze changes in WIAT-4 scores over time in order to monitor progress or evaluate response to intervention. When a WIAT-4 assessment is administered to examinees at 2 or more points in time, the growth scale values and standard scores from each administration can be compared to answer the following questions. Are examinees making progress relative to their past performance? Is the rate of improvement for examinees faster, slower, or the same as that of their peers? And do the score differences over time reflect a meaningful change? This concludes our brief presentation on the forthcoming WIAT-4. If you have questions, please contact your Pearson consultant. You may also email gloria.maccow@pearson.com.